Greetings, salutations. Welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I am, of course, KG, Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. Space Age, how are you doing? I already made that first comment before, made it about 20 minutes ago. The only thing worries me is Tate and Holiday. We definitely could have done better. That's on Udoka, Rafael Stone, whoever, they're sharing, collaborating, what have you. But Monday afternoon, General Manager Rafael Stone spoke to the media. I'm going to play four clips from Rafael that I found kind of interesting. And we're going to discuss it. Let me know what you think. One of my best friends in a group chat sent me a picture of one of the KD billboards. Welcome to H-Town, Mr. Kevin Durant. Sola, how are you? But let's get into it. So I'm going to play some clips from Rafael and then get into a slide based on the last video I'm going to play. I think that's going to be for discussion there, and has something to do with Space Age's comment, because I learned some more things doing some research, and I got to say, going back to this right here from Space Age, bringing back Jae'Sean, Tate, and Aaron Holiday, I'm not too thrilled about that one, but I'm not a Rockets fan, so. All right, as I fight through my allergies, I'm going to get through this as quickly as possible. But first things first, this first one is Rafael Stone saying basically that the Rockets are not a developmental team anymore. Okay, here we go.
I like our team as is. Well, we always look for opportunities to do various things, but we're hard capped at the first apron and we have no space left. So I think very likely we'll enter the season with, looking very similar to the way we look right now.
Well, that is not the one I wanted to play first, but Rafael Stone said right there, that'll lead right into the slides. We're going to go backwards. Rafael Stone said, Space Age, Solo, that the Rockets are hard capped at the first apron. And when I heard him say that, I was like, are they really? Because I thought they could sign a veteran veteran guard for veteran minimum and bolster the backcourt. That's what I was thinking. Deverick, how are you? Glad you're joining the conversation, but let's get into it. Get back to some slides here. Hope I don't mess myself up here. Let's see how we're going to do this, but here we go. Let's figure it out right here. There we go. Okay. The Rockets are hard capped at the NBA first apron because the Rockets used the non-taxpayer mid-level exception to sign Dorian Finney-Smith. In the NBA, being hard capped at the first apron means a team has triggered certain restrictions and cannot exceed a specific salary cap threshold called the first apron. This happens when a team uses specific exceptions or engages in certain transactions, such as acquiring a player via sign and trade, that trigger this hard cap. Now that the Rockets are hard capped at the first apron, they cannot use any exceptions or make moves that would take them over that apron limit for the rest of the season. This includes restrictions on trades and signing players. The first apron threshold for the 25-26 season is $195,945,000. As of today, the Rockets' salary allocations total $192,367,599. Therefore, the Rockets have $3,577,401 before reaching the first apron threshold. Once Jeff Green's salary, which is $2,296,274, is included, the Rockets will only have $1,281,127. That's it. They'll have 15 players, two-way contracts. They can have 3 two-way guys throughout the season. Those guys do not count toward the 15-player roster or the salary cap. But $1.28 million is nothing. What veteran's going to say, yeah, I'll come play for that, when based on years of experience, they can probably get $3 million plus. Nate Williams' contract becomes guaranteed on opening night. Nate earns about $2.2 million if his contract is guaranteed for the 25-26 season. So if they waive him before opening night, that would give them an additional $2.2 million. So they'd have like $3.5 million. But going back to this, why would you bring back Aaron Holiday and Jae'Sean Tate? Both of them, for sure. You didn't believe you could get an upgrade over one of them, if not both of them? Rockets felt the need to bring back 2 locker room guys like that? I'm not sold on that one. I know it's July 8th. Let me know your thoughts on it. That seems like one that's going to be a problem. But now, let's get into this from Rafael Stone. Let's see if I can figure this out here.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of just developing guys, I think we're not a developmental team anymore. That shift probably happened a year or two ago, and I think the goal for this group is to win basketball games and be as competitive as we can be.
So one more time.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of just developing guys, I think we're not a developmental team anymore. That shift probably happened a year or two ago, and I think the goal for this group is to win basketball games and be as competitive as we can be.
So what do y'all think about that? FA says Rafael confirms phase 3. I agree. I've said that for about a week now. And then this one from Rafael. And it's real quick, but check it out. I can play it here.
And we're just gonna have to be really good for us, like, period.
Again, Reed Sheppard.
I mean, we're just gonna have to be really good for us, like, period.
I mean, Reed is just going to have to be really good for us. Period. Yeah. Based on only $1 million left under the first apron once Uncle Jeff, I'm assuming he's going to sign the contract. And then last one, and we can talk about it. Reasons for trading Cam Whitmore.
Yeah, we're just not a developmental team right now. It's really like we wanted to provide Cam with the opportunity to do in his career what we still believe he very much can do. So I think Cam's insanely talented, really nice young man, and wanted to provide him an opportunity to go home and be in a situation where he could really play through mistakes in a way that we never could afford him just in the iteration of the Rockets that he joined.
So all of those clips, what do y'all think? Rockets are no longer a developmental team. They're hard capped at the first apron. One thing, because they signed Dorian Finney-Smith with the non-taxpayer mid-level exception of $14.1 million. And then he also decided to bring back Aaron Holiday and Jeff Green to cut into their approximately $6 million under the first apron. Reed Sheppard better be very good this year. They need him to be very good. So I don't know why they brought back Aaron Holiday and Jeff Green, Jae'Sean Tate. Yeah. Hmm. He said Reed needs to be very, very good this year. Period. Yeah, he sure does because of what y'all decided to do. Mr. Beck Texaco believes Reed is going to be good, just has to play. He also said earlier, team is always developing. Solo states, if Reed doesn't do well this season, will he get moved? I sure think so. I sure think so. If they're in phase 3 and Reed is not part of the success of phase 3, yeah, that sure sounds like it to me. Asleep Art, how are you? Asleep Art states, better hope the injury bug doesn't hit the team. Well, they got depth. There's not a lot of good depth in the backcourt. FA says Rafael was spot on. King Solomon, how are you? States Reed needs to be A+++ this season. The answers have been answered with the questions we had. Bobby, how are you? No worries about joining late. Glad you're here. No problem at all. Hefe says Reed needs to dominate in Summer League. If he doesn't, then that will be concerning. As a second-year player, Summer League, more stability. He needs to play well. He needs to play with confidence. That's the main thing. Play with confidence, and then go from there. Because it's July. I'm not going to overthink it. Just play with confidence. And by that, I mean, don't pass up shots. Don't hesitate on your shot. The first thing you do best is supposedly shoot the rock. Did that great at Kentucky. Shoot that ball with confidence. You do that, other stuff will take care of itself. Because defense in Summer League kind of depends on your individual teammates as well. I'm not really, but play with confidence. Solo says or asks, he thought Stones re-signed the Stay Ready crew for depth. But again, I'm not a fan of Aaron Holiday and Jae'Sean Tate on this team. They could have found somebody better than one of them for sure in free agent market. I'm convinced of that. Hefe says about Reed, if he needs to play all games in Summer League, then I will be disappointed. A sleep art regarding Rafael's statement about the Rockets are no longer a developmental team. Said the Spurs were always good in the past because they were constantly developing players. That's a disappointing statement. Bobby asked a question, do the Rockets have a plan if Reed isn't as successful as the Rockets expect? Holiday isn't the answer in his opinion. They probably will have an answer next summer. They're going to give Reed every opportunity this year to live up to their expectations of him. And if he doesn't, then I think they'll address it in the summer, next summer. First things first, play with confidence in Vegas. It would be a bad look if he's a turnstile defensively in Vegas. One-on-one on the perimeter. But he's got to learn to play with angles, be smarter with his defense, know the opponents, but just offensively. Run the offense, lead the team, be the person, be the leader on the floor, be the floor general. Tell everybody where to go, where they're supposed to be, but also be aggressive with this shot. And good luck to UH Cougar alum Mylik Wilson, who was on the Rockets Summer League roster. 6'2", rebounding guard. Not a great three-point shooter. Very good defender. I hope Mylik is guarding Reed in practice right now, because that'll help Reed as well. Hopefully, make him more confident if he can beat Mylik one-on-one. And then we'll see how many opportunities Mylik gets in Vegas. And hopefully at least probably one Rocket playing in Vegas will get a two-way contract. So Reed Sheppard, play with confidence. Again, it's more important. If Reed doesn't believe in himself, then it doesn't make a difference what Rafael thinks, his teammates think, we think. Reed has to play with confidence and believe in himself. Believe he belongs in the NBA and show it on the court. He does that, I believe he'll be fine. If he hesitates, then it's going to be a problem. And he won't be here much longer, as in for future seasons. GRX, how you doing? Go Coug as always. Once a Coug, always a Coug. But anyone agree with Asleep Art? I think Mr. Big Tex Code disagrees about Rafael's statement that the Rockets are no longer a developmental team. Phase 3 is here. The reason why they traded Cam. Cam here, where the Rockets are now in their phase 3, they can't afford for a young player like Cam to play through his mistakes on the court in games, which kind of indicates what Rafael also said about Reed. Reed got to be good this year. Because, I was thinking the same thing, Space Age. That's that extra pressure on Reed. That's might not be a good thing. Ugh. Lucky, how are you? Lucky asked the question, how can Rafael Stone say we are no longer a developmental team when the NBA champions OKC kept on drafting and developing young players? And Rafael doubled down on it. He said it twice, that the Rockets are not a developmental team. First opening of the press session, and then he said it regarding Cam, that the Rockets are not a developmental team. Deverick, Reed need to go to Washington too with Cam Whitmore. Mr. Big Text Code, they traded Cam for his actions on and off the court. Go TV says Cam, well, this Go TV, that previous comment from Mr. Big Text Code is for you as well. Cam was buckets off the bench. But there's a reason why Cam is no longer a Rocket. Rockets are in win now mode. Phase 3. Yes, indeed. Phase 3. This is phase 3. Larry states, how are you doing, Larry? Larry states, you're always developing young talent for the future. Agreed. I mean, you're developing Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson is not a finished product. Neither is Jabari Smith. Neither is Alperen Sengun. Neither is Tari Eason. Hell, honestly, Kevin Durant would probably tell you, I'm still working on my game. I'm trying to get better. Try to add something different to my game this coming season. So I think you're always developing. You should always add something to your game. Add something to your bag. So I was I was surprised Rafael said that. And then he said it again. That they're not a developmental team anymore. And he said anymore. Yeah, you are, Rafael. I think you are. Most of us think you are. But also, I go back to this, and this is not personal. Jae'Sean Tate and Aaron Holiday, two good men. They are good men. I just am surprised the Rockets brought back both of them rather than upgrade over them for this team. Especially based on Reed Sheppard has not yet showcased his skills in the NBA in the regular season on a consistent basis. Not too complicated, says Rafael. Don't believe what comes out of his mouth. Mr. Big Texco asked a question like who? Rich Bates, how are you doing? Well, I mean, there are other free agents out there. I mean, even if you don't believe he's elite anymore, Malcolm Brogdon's better than Aaron Holiday for what the Rockets need. I mean, really. Let me see. Agreed? Let's see here. Let's just try off the fly here. Going with guards. Malcolm Brogdon. Alec Burks, no, that doesn't help. Seth Curry. Take a chance on Markelle Fultz. Too young. Obviously, Quentin Grimes is, but he's not going anywhere, especially for not $6 million. Yeah, I'd even argue Corey Joseph is better than Aaron Holiday. Hell, really? Sounds like DeAnthony Melton's not going to be available anymore shortly. Patty Mills. Tristan Newton is too young for the Rockets. Of course, Chris Paul is obviously better than Aaron Holiday. Clearly, he's an upgrade over Aaron Holiday. But he's not coming here for $1 million. That's for sure. Heck. Cameron Payne. I might take over Aaron Holiday. Maybe. So there's a few. Hell, DeLon Wright, I think, is better than Aaron Holiday. So, yeah. Bradley Beal will not come here for $1 million. That's what I'm saying. The Rockets only have, under the first apron now, assuming they do sign Jeff Green, I said earlier in the show, about $1.2 million. If they didn't bring back Aaron and Jae'Sean Tate, they could have up to probably $6 million. There's no quality veteran going to come to the Rockets for $1 million. Bradley Beal not coming to Rockets for $1 million. All Rockets have left is $1.2 million. Nobody going to do that. No quality veteran is going to come to the Rockets for $1.2 million. That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't understand. And they were in a hurry to bring them back. Why? Oh, I think Ime has pressure on himself to win in playoffs. I mean, with Kevin Durant, yeah. They got to get past the second round, I think. Durant's like, he might, but he's not signing for $1 million. Veteran minimum for him is like at least $5 million. He's not signing with the Rockets. The Rockets have $1 million under the first apron to use. 1.2. They're not doing that. He's not doing that. Chris Paul not doing that. Dame not doing that. Ain't nobody. No one worth a damn. No veteran worth a damn is going to come to the Rockets for $1.2 million. Years of service, veteran minimum, the longer you play in the league, is $3, $4, $5, $6 million. Yeah, Rich, you, me, both, brother. I'll sign for $1 million. But I wouldn't help the Rockets any. I could give you some fouls in practice. That's about all. I couldn't do much else. And Dame is not playing in these folks. You're doing well. Let me ask you like this: if you want the Rockets, and he's not for $1 million, but if the Rockets had enough room, $5-6 million to sign Dame as an investment for the 26-27 season, okay. But don't expect Dame to be Dame come playoff time when he has to play ball in a year. That's not fair to him. Man hasn't played NBA basketball in 10, 11 months. We want you to play in the playoffs and be you. Huh? Oh. So salute to the Pacers for saying publicly, Tyrese Halliburton is not going to play 25-26 season. To squash that thought, well, it's a miracle if Tyrese, if the rehab goes well, no, he's not playing in the 25-26 season. Anybody says, well, Tyrese got hurt in June. Dame got hurt in May or April, late April, whatever it was. So it's 6 weeks difference. So he can come back in the playoffs. Folks, when is he going to play to get ready for the playoffs? So I just don't see that. But like I said, the Rockets, let me go see if I can figure this out. My old brain here. Let me see. Once Jeff Green's salary is included in team payroll, the Rockets will only have $1,281,000 under the first apron. That's a lot for us. Well, most of us. I don't know about all of y'all lifestyles, but for y'all talking about Chris Paul, Brad Beal, Dame, it'd be like, man, $1 million. Why would I do that? Come on. Brad can get $5 million from the Clippers, which reportedly that's the team he's probably going to sign with once he and Phoenix agree on a buyout. That's $5 million, not $1 million. But if the Rockets would not have brought back Aaron Holiday and Jae'Sean Tate when they did and waited, they could have $5-6 million. Then Brad Beal might have said, now you're talking. I'd consider y'all, but they didn't do that. Mr. Big Texco likes the 12 players on the Rockets roster. Invardo, how you doing? Jae'Sean Tate is to the 2 spot. He's not a good shooter. Doesn't have great handles. Jae'Sean is a role player. Good in the locker room. Good veteran. Solid. Not a great player at really anything. He's good at a few things. And Durant, like I said, get in line behind me and Rich Bass. I'd sign for $1 million. Sure. ain't no doubt. Let's go. But again, reminder. Nate Williams' contract for the 25-26 season does not become guaranteed until opening night of the season. So if they decide to let him go before opening night, that would free up $2.2 million in salary. So that could help. That'd make it like $3 million under the first apron. Now you may open the eyes of a veteran. Okay, now you're talking $3 million. Maybe we can do something. But $1 million? Yeah, no, thank you. GoTV says there's no one good to fit the roster. Well, let me do this again. It's real quick. Now I'm not going to say it. Like he said. Let's see if I can do this real quick.
I mean, Reed's just going to have to be really good for us. Period.
Reed is just going to have to be really good for us. Period. Yeah. He sure is. Yeah. And if he's not, they're going to have to do something about that. They're going to give him every opportunity to be good, real good for the Rockets. And hopefully he can. If not, they'll have to adjust accordingly. Not too complicated. Will the Rockets have a press conference for KD and company, DFS and Clint? I hope so. No word as of tonight that it's going to be tomorrow. And with the team leaving for Vegas, I think probably tomorrow, I doubt they really do anything Thursday or Friday. So, I mean, obviously they don't have to wait for everybody to come back from Vegas. Rafael, Ime, Vegas, the first few days in Vegas is a good opportunity for players and coaches and GM to network face to face. So maybe they do that first this week and then get with KD and everybody else and have the press conference next week. I hope that. FA says the Rockets repaying Tate for dealing with those miserable Silas years. Well, could be. Coach TV says he thinks Rafael said that because he didn't want to trade Jalen Green. Well, I think most of us believe that Ime won that discussion. Dory Monster, that's a new name. Dory Monster, thank you. Like the roster as it is. Maybe another backup point guard, but other than that, leave it as is for this season and see how the season plays out. Oh, I believe the Rockets need a backup point guard. Yes, I do. But they only have $1 million available under the first apron. They'd have more if they did not bring Aaron Holiday back. And they can let Nate Williams go. They'd have more to go get a quality veteran backup point guard. But they did not do that. And I'm with Hefe on this. If they would have not brought back Aaron Holiday and bring in Malcolm Brogdon, that's an upgrade. I think Hefe thinks Bobby does as well. But they didn't do it. Not too complicated. Says the Rockets drafted Reed to be a point guard when he wasn't even one in college. It's like the NBA forced you into a position because of height. Yep. And I think in Vegas, these first 4 games in Vegas, Summer League, will give an indication of how the Rockets want Reed to play during the regular season. If he's run the offense as the point guard, that's what they want him to be come regular season. I'm not sure that's his best position. Reed is a much better shooter when he's confident than a point guard. Now, Amen Thompson could be a better. There's a question for you. Who do y'all believe would be better running the Rockets offense as the one, as a facilitator, as a backup point guard? Amen Thompson or Reed Sheppard? Aaron Holiday is not a point guard. Aaron Holiday is a 6'1" shooter. He's not a point guard. He should be. If he were, it would help. And you see, you're answering your own question, your own statement. Holiday brings good spacing because he's a good shooter. He's not an assist man. Bobby says the Rockets' 2 guards off the bench are Holiday and Reed. Not great and not ideal. A sleep art believes Amen would be the better point guard. So does Navardo. So maybe that's what they decided to do. And I think that'd be better. I think Amen. I'll say it like this. I have more confidence in Amen doing a better job as a backup point guard than I do Reed Sheppard being the backup point guard. Now, the Rockets decided to go that route. I think that helps everybody. That helps Reed. Reed, we want you to space the floor and knock down open shots. Got it. I can do that. They go that route. There we go. Problem solved. Now they don't go that route. Yeah. FA, that's what we're going to find out. Like I said, starting Friday, game 1 in Vegas, we're going to see how the Rockets utilize Reed, because that will give an indication of what they want him to do come October and the start of the season. Not too complicated. It says Amen Thompson is an actual point guard in a small forward body. I agree. Greg State, how you doing, Greg? Reed sucked last year. The guy doesn't have a handle. His shooting was not great, and he was a defensive liability. No argument for me on that. Draymond going back in the day. Remember when Jae'Sean Tate used to start at point guard during phase 1? Yeah. But Blay, how you doing? Word up to you as well? Agreed. Agreed. Like I said, Reed is a shooter. Allegedly. Last year, he was drafted as a shooter, but he did not have the confidence in himself to let those open looks fly. Hopefully, that is what he's developed and got the confidence now to be that shooter this season. Y'all know I'm not sold on Reed as a defender. Y'all know that. I mean, yeah. I'm not going to say, looks like a bust. We're going to see. If he doesn't get it done this year, then we could start tossing that out there after 2 years in the NBA. That's fair. And the man has to tighten his handle up. Agreed? Lucky says this. Rafael Stone only made 2 really good signings this offseason, KD and DFS. Capela, Holiday, and Tate were all questionable signings. I don't have a concern with Capela as much as some folks, some fans. Rockets going to go with the double big, triple big lineups, and there are going to be plenty of times when Steven Adams does not play on the second night of back-to-backs. Derek Clint going to play. Clint's going to get the Jock Landale minutes. D-Skill states Reed is going to be a G League All-Star. Hope not for Rafael Stone's sake. Jamon, Reed was improving last year until he had the injury. That's the problem. That was one of the problems, Hefe. You remember that? Yes, what it was. Yeah. Complicated. It's the reason Coach Sampson wants certain type of players running his point guard position. No doubt there. No lie told. Asleep Art was more confident in Cam than Reed. Space Age, Spurs made the Rockets think they were after Reed. Greg with another one about Cam. I trusted Cam way more than Reed for sure. So I'm going to play this one more time about what Rafael Stone said about reasoning, rationale for trading Cam. All right, let's see if I can do this.
Reed's just going to have to be really good for us.
Let's play this right here.
Yeah, we're just not a developmental team right now. It's really like we wanted to provide Cam with the opportunity to do in his career what we still believe he very much can do. So I think Cam's insanely talented, really nice young man, and wanted to provide him an opportunity to go home and be in a situation where he could really play through mistakes in a way that we never could afford him just in the iteration of the Rockets that he joined. I just think.
So Rafael says reasons for trading Cam was the way the Rockets are right now in phase 3. Well, hell, phase 2 really for Cam, as if the Rockets are not in a position to let Cam play through his mistakes. Well, aren't the Rockets going to do that with Reed? Or are they really just going to let Reed shoot? Because, if they let Reed be the point guard, he's going to play through mistakes. If they have him off the ball, where he just move with a purpose and catch and shoot, then that might be better. We're going to find out soon enough. So, yeah. these skills, not a developmental team, but are going to have to develop Reed. Yeah, I mean, Rafael's kind of talking out, both sides of his mouth. Hefe says Cam is going to be the 7th or 8th man in Washington, and he's going to learn very soon that he needs to play a role. Hope he figures it out. I really do. Greg agrees. Y'all heard it. Solo does state this, or a sleep art says Cam will have a higher points per game than Jalen this year. Possibly, but is he going to win more? And I doubt that. If the Wizards win more than the Suns, then the Suns have really, really fallen off the cliff. Solo thinks Reed has better IQ than Cam. I don't believe he's as stubborn as Cam. I'll say that. See, I agree. I think many of us agree this year will be a developmental year for Reed. But Rafael said the Rockets are no longer a developmental team. Okay. And this part too about Reed. Reed is willing to do whatever Ime wants, unlike Cam. That's true there. No doubt about that one. Yep. Complicated, which goes back to the Rafael statement about no longer being a developmental team. Reed Sheppard has to develop. He has to get minutes. He has to get the opportunity to play through his mistakes. Because if he's not, then the Rockets are failing Reed. Greg, you're not alone in that statement, especially here with the members of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets family. You're not alone in that one. And Hefe, this is what Hefe's statement is where I'm coming from, and I'll wrap it up right here. Reed plays scared. He did last year. He played scared. He looked nervous. He can't do that. I mean, he should not do that. Starting in Vegas, he needs to play with confidence. He needs to play and show that he belongs in the NBA. He has to. And Rafael said it. Reed has to be really, really good for this year, period. Okay. Hopefully Reed surprises us this season. I think it would be easier, we think, it sounds like, or reading the comments, that if Reed plays off the ball, if the Rockets play Reed off the ball, and his main role will be to shoot the ball coming off the bench. You are the shooter. With the double teams that we think Şengün's going to get, that Katie's going to get, Reed shares time with one of them, he's going to get open looks. He gets that. Have confidence in his shot and shine in that role. If the Rockets play him at the 1 and expect him to do more of that, which we don't believe he's really good at, especially right now, and his confidence might never improve. That'll do it, everybody, for this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Thank you very much for participating in the discussion. Get you a mug so you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage with me during these shows. Spread the word about this show. Probably going to do, I'm not sure, probably Friday. Yeah, probably Friday after the Rockets preseason game. Yeah, we can discuss that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we might have some things to discuss based on tonight's conversation. So everyone, Complicated, Greg, don't be a stranger, brother. Come again. Thank you for your comments. Buble, Bobby, D Skills, Asleep Art, Hefe, Solo. Oh, Smooth Lounge, I missed you. I'm sorry, Smooth Lounge. Thank you. Don't be a stranger. Come again. Jae'Sean, Vardo, Ray, to you too. Come again. Dory, you as well. Everybody. If you are new made a comment tonight for the first time. I appreciate it. Do not be a stranger. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and the flow of the Let's Talk Houston Rockets show. Tell your friends, fellow Rocket fans, how it's done here. And that'll do it. Hit the like button, like the video, share the content of the video, share the video, spread the word about this show, spread the word about the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Onward and upward. And wrap it up, as I like to say and am proud to say it, because tomorrow I'll be doing Cougar football. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Y'all take care. Peace.
Game over.